like we stay where we are, but we just stick to whatever our scheme is, right? So let me go to another play real quick to kind of break down what I'm talking about. Let's say they running like a 3-by-1, coach. Let's say they're running like a 3-by-1, and we're gonna go down here a little bit. Yeah, let's go into the sky look. This is a perfect one. So let's say they got some kind of 3-by-1 going on offense, and one of their guys are going into motion here on the weak side. That's fine. That's fine. Y'all do what y'all gonna do because we got our rules in place because we don't want to get manipulated or deceived or ISO'd in any kind of way, right? So like we'll go if I see that kind of stuff, coach, what I'll do is I'm talking to my middle linebacker and my free safety, and I'm going to say, Sky. This is my call right here, Sky. And so they know when I call Sky, they know their assignment, right? We'll have the rover and the star. They're going to play the flats, okay? We still got cover 3 over here on the backside. And now we got our middle linebackers, guys. They're playing the seams, okay? They're playing the seams. And one of the things that I teach my guys to do is look out for these pop passes. Look out for these little quick go routes. Look out for these slants, right? We're playing zone. And like if we go into the sky look, as you guys can see, we only send in 4 guys. We only send in 4 guys because we're going to go into this look, or if they're doing kind of they're doing different kind of motions and things of that nature. If they're like me, they're doing a lot of window dressing. So our job is to stay disciplined with what our assignment is. So we may go sky, and let's say they still try to run or do some kind of bubble screen or something. Everything's still underneath, right? We're not getting sucked into, these one-on-one matchups where we get hurt with angles and in these, nasty routes that teams like to run. That's a great question, coach. All right, Coach Nick says, any suggestions on going from coaching middle to high school? Yeah, man. My best advice, coach, is build relationships with the high school coach. Number one, like if it's a school you already know you want to coach at, build relationships with that coach, build relationships with other high school coaches all around the place, right? Going to coaches clinics is great. The teams that you play, like build relationships with those guys. It's all about relationships at that level. And also be willing to volunteer at the high school level, right? I know like with a lot of middle school guys, they actually work on the high school, the varsity team as well, as a positional coach. So if you're able to do that, do both and got the time and availability, do that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's all about relationships. Build as many relationships with other coaches, high school coaches. If that's what you want to do it. Like, take me, for example. Right now, I'm not planning on coaching anytime soon other than what I'm doing with you guys, right? I love coaching coaches. That's my passion now. I mean, me and Miss Beast just talked about it. If I accepted a coaching job at this point, it'll probably be a high-end high school coaching job or a college job. I got college coaches who follow me and all of that. And I mean, I was actually offered to coach on a college staff up in Indiana last year. And I declined it. So if I got back into coaching, it'll probably be, like I said, private high school, 7A or 6A high school, or college, whether it's community college or, D1, D2, D3. That's what I would do. Coach Jackson said, hell yeah, coach. I'm digging this the most. Man, I'm glad y'all liking this, man. I just want to make sure that you guys are understanding and grasping everything that we are going over, because I want to let you guys know kind of the levels, man, that y'all can play at. Y'all don't have to be stuck in, doing one thing, right? Yeah, we want to control the trenches, but we don't want to give up the big play either, right? We want to be adaptable and we want to be flexible, and we want to be able to really dominate the game on both sides, right? So that's what it's all about. And we're about to get started again. And if you guys got any more questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments, because once it hits 7 o'clock, that's it. Okay. If you guys, again, we are about to, in the OT coaches community, we about to really get in depth, right, with this kind of stuff. So if you want more of this and you like more of this, you want to join the OT elite coaches community. All right, guys. Vincent says you are a wealth of knowledge and willing to share. Man, I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm so open to sharing everything I know, because I share this all the time. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have nobody helping me at all. I had to learn the hard way, not just even as a coach, but in my life, my professional life. Like, I had to learn everything that I know in my life, like by myself. So you know how people tell you, you need a mentor, you need to get a mentor, right? I'm not saying mentors are bad. I'm just saying I didn't have a mentor. And the guys that I did consider a mentor, you know, they were shitty mentors. They tried to use me in some kind of capacity, right? So me personally, I'm an open book. I have nothing, you know what I'm saying, that want to, like, I don't want to hold nothing back if it's going to help you. I want to add as much value to you guys as possible, because I know how it feels not to know something, and you go through hell for a year or two, and it's just because nobody guided you and they could have said something, right? No, I'm not going to do that to y'all. Like, I'm going to share whatever I know to you guys so you can be successful. That's just how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Coach Nick says the middle school I coached at last year, it's a feeder school for the high school. So the best part is working with the same kids. Yeah, man. Honestly, Coach, that's even better, because you know the system, you know what the high school want. I would talk to the head coach and see if you can volunteer as a positional coach. Even if they just want you to be an analyst, right? Go ahead and get your foot in the door that way. And you give it a year or two, you will move on up. Or guess what? You're able to add that to your resume. You're able to build relationships, and then you're able to apply for other coaching jobs, you know, at other schools. And that's how you do it. And I'm going to give you guys a piece of advice that a seasoned coach gave me a few years back. Okay. He said, look out for these schools that got a losing culture. You don't want to get stuck in these schools, because they're like a black hole. They will suck your career up, and you will be worth nothing. Like, they will tear your career up and tear your reputation up before it gets started. Like, look for schools that may be in rural areas. You know, you may want to go to a school that's maybe the middle of the road type of school. You know, they may not be championship caliber, but they're not like straight trash. You know, look for a school where your reputation doesn't get damaged, because one of my closest friends is a high school football coach. And this guy, smart guy, great guy, all of that. And he took a head coaching job at a school that's straight garbage, okay, and been garbage for 20 plus years. And it almost ruined his not only coaching career, but his teaching career, because the whole school administration on down was trash. So he was able to leave that place, go to a private school. I think he's a positional coach at that school, but guess what? They made it to the state championship. I think they won it. I have to double check, but I know they made it to the state championship at the other school. So don't be careful where you work. That's all I'm going to say. Be careful where you work, because you don't want to ruin your career before it gets started. All right. All right, guys. So let's get back to it. Let's see here. Good on time. We're great on time today. All right, guys. So again, like I said, you know, when we're running the 4-2-5, the number one objective is don't give up the big play. Keep everything underneath. Okay. Like, it's a reason. Now, if we're sending 4 guys, now, of course, if you got 4 defensive linemen who are dogs and who can hold their own and get in the backfield, that's great. But at the very least, at the very minimum, let these 4 defensive guys just have gap control those freaking gaps, okay? Because if they're doing some kind of read option or something like that, you want to have guys that's not getting blown off the ball but able to occupy the gap, okay? Like that's super important. I want to mention while everything's going on the backside here. Okay, so let's continue on, and now we're mixing these concepts up. Okay, so let's look at this 4-2-5 cover 3 sky Bama. Okay, cover 3. They're gonna play cover 3, right? Then we're going into sky. So meaning we're playing every area of the field, but now we doing Bama. What we doing with Bama? Can anybody tell me if I say Bama, right? What's going on? Let me know in the comments. What's going on? Y'all let me know. Whoever let me know what's going on, I may give away a free copy of this playbook. Who want a free copy of this playbook? I'm gonna give away a free copy of this playbook. I'm gonna quiz you guys a little bit to make sure we all learning, right? And then I'm gonna give away the playbook to somebody. X-Gun says me. Eric says blitz the B gap. The Ferminator TV says middle linebacker blitz the B gap. That's right. That's right. Michael says blitz. Hey is me says hey. Miss B says love it, babe. Oh, thank you, babe. Love you too, girl. Let's see. Eric says it's a B gap blitz, but I don't need it already. I got it. Got you, coach. Got you. Mike Nilsson says B gap blitz. Exactly. Exactly. Glenn Jackson says Bama is the defensive tackles go first. See, Bama is the defensive tackles go first. Hey, break that down, coach. I want to see what you're talking about when you say that. Let me know what you're saying. Bama, the cornerbacks fall back to cover 3. Star plays zone since he's athletic, and the edge on the left applying the pressure. That's good. Very good, guys. Very good. You know, something that I brag about with you guys is that you guys are smart. You guys are very smart. Very smart.